clinical psychologist. So I got my master's in clinical psychology. I thought that was where I was supposed to be. I have a heart for kids. I have a heart for people. I love helping people to get outside their comfort zone and become the best version of themselves. And I thought that psychology was my means to do that. So I did what I thought I was supposed to do. I went to school. I got my bachelor's, went on to get my master's, and I got my first job. So any other people in the helping professions? Daycare workers, nurses, teachers? Yeah, good. I can tell you you're going to help way more people here than you would at your regular job. At least that was the experience for me. So I got my first job, and I was so excited. Anybody remember getting their first job? For me, it was like, I waited 6 years to be in the real world. Yeah! I got my first job. I celebrated. I was excited. I was off to change the world. And then reality set in. And let's be honest, it was way more about policy, paperwork, and procedure than it really was about people. And at the end of the day, I was tired, bored, and burnt out. And I remember being in tears on the way to work by Wednesday, having tons, I had over 80 plus clients, I led 50 groups, and there was no help. You know what I mean? Like you have more and more work and less support, and they couldn't pay me for what I was doing. So I remember I had to take furlough days. Like they had to say, take a day, take a day off. We're not going to pay you because we don't have enough money. And I got to a place where I thought, man, I guess this just is my lot in life. I guess this is just where I'm supposed to be. All those big dreams, all those big goals that I had started shrinking as I realized that there really was a glass ceiling. And what I learned was it didn't matter how good I was. It didn't really matter how hard I worked because they were paying me just hard enough, or just enough so I didn't quit. And I learned I just had to work hard enough to not get fired. And I began living for the weekends, kind of a zombie throughout the week, going through the daily motions. And that's not the life that I wanted. My husband, on the other hand, he has always wanted to be an entrepreneur. He was an aerospace engineer. So some people are like, is he a rocket scientist? No. He lived in cubicle world, and he was born out of his mind. So he was an aerospace engineer working with grouchy old men who hated their lives. And he didn't want to be like that either. And so he's always wanted to be an entrepreneur. He's looked up owning franchises and opening up a Cold Stone or things like that. But if you know anything about a franchise, you know that it's thousands of dollars startup, $50,000 to $100,000 for the franchise fees, and then you end up being married to the store. And it's not all that glamorous as it sounds. And for our middle class family, that was not a vehicle we could afford. So he would have all these visions, all these dreams, all these ideas, and I'd be like, nice try, honey. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So needless to say, It Works came to us while we were working, we were in our small group at church. My sponsor, Cammie Dempsey, was in our small group. It happens to be we were in this church young marrieds class 2 times. And she was in it 1 time. And that 1 time was the day they split it up into small groups. Divine appointment in my book. So she told us about the wrap. We knew about it, but it wasn't until I had a vacation planned that we did anything about it. So some of you in this room may be experiencing the same thing. Maybe you heard about it, you saw it on Facebook, you saw your friend, but it wasn't until you had a transition point where you said, okay, now I'm listening. And maybe it was you were pregnant and then you had your son and now you don't want to go back to work. Or maybe it was a vacation or a cruise or an anniversary or a wedding. Or something happened where you said, okay, now the timing is right for me. So that was me. I said, okay, Cammie, tell me about this wrap. Now, I've worked out my whole life. I was running. I was consistent. I believe in good nutrition. But I knew my problem area. Because you know what? Cellulite does not discriminate. So I tried a wrap, and it worked. I became a customer immediately. And I fell in love with our supplements. The wrap is exciting, and once you try it, you'll see it works. But we are more than just a wrap company. We've got something in the catalog for everybody, ages 18 to 80, men, women. And I fell in love with the supplements because I believed in preventative nutrition already. So Brandon saw me taking the products, using the products, getting results, getting excited about it, and he started to see the dollar signs. A hot sizzle product that nobody knows about? We are in. And we upgraded to become distributors 2 weeks later. Within 2.5, 3 years, we both were able to quit our full-time jobs. Brandon quit first. I don't know why. I still don't know why. I don't know how we got to quit first. But 6 months later, I was able to quit my job. I packed up my office on a Friday. We went to Australia on Sunday and spent 6 weeks wrapping as many Aussies as we could with our best friends, Cammie, Nathan, and their 3 children. And I got to see kangaroos. We saw kangaroo on the side of the road, like hopping, like a squirrel, but it was like a kangaroo. It was really good. We stopped. But those are adventures that we never would have been able to have in our previous line of work. So 2.5, 3 years in, we were able to quit our jobs. We're now making more in 1 month than we used to make in 1 year combined. And the amazing thing about this, you guys, is that we're still not a household name. There is so much room to grow, but we just know what we're doing now. And so that's why people like Ashley and Allie and all success all over this room can come in, focus on what we're going to teach you today, and start promoting up the ranks much, much faster than I did. So enough about me. Let's talk about why you're here, which is that crazy rap. Woohoo! All right, if you have tried a rap, stand on up. Good job. Good job. All right. If you saw results with your first rap, have a seat. Okay. If you saw results with your first rap, have a seat. Most people will see results with their first rap. Okay, you saw that. Most people see a difference. The rap works. You work for 45 minutes, you'll see results in that first hour, but you'll also see continued results over the next 3 days as that lotion penetrates the deeper layers of skin. How many of you saw results in 2 wraps? Good.
Me too.
How many of you did it take 3? Okay. How many of you 4? Okay, good. Good. So, as you can see, 4 is in a box for a reason. Now, what about you guys? How many wraps did you use? 5, perfect. 6. Okay, 6, 5. Okay, so keep going, right? Keep going, keep going. We say 1 wrap is a treat, 4 wraps is a treatment, and 12 is a transformation. So you want to keep the process going. You wear it once, throw it away, in 3 days do another one. And you can put it anywhere you want to tone, tight, and firm. I love that. We don't have different products for different body parts because you can cut it to fit your chin and neck, your arms, your thighs, your calves, helps with varicose veins, spider veins. You can do that like little back boob part right there, where you have a strapless dress. When I'm at a party, people will be like, can you wrap this body part? And I'm like, totally at home. Today I'm going to wrap your belly. So you can put it anywhere you're creative enough to put it, and you wear it for 45 minutes and see those results. So it tightens, tones, and firms the skin, helps to reduce the appearance of cellulite, and gives you fast and lasting results from a botanically based formula. And when you think about this, people are starting to really understand the idea of putting good food in their body and not filling their body with chemicals, with toxins. They want something that's botanically based, that's all natural, essential oils, plant extracts. It's good for them. It's good for them. It's good nutrition for the skin. And my favorite part about this slide is that it's only available through an It Works independent distributor. So that's job security for us, isn't it? Because what are they going to do when they run out of something? You know, think of other companies out there, other products they may have. If it's at Walmart or Walgreens or at your local corner store, where are they going to go to get it once they're out? Probably there. Probably there. So if your competition is a big box store, that's going to put you out of business. We're the only wrap company, and you can only get it through us. And so that keeps us in business for sure. But as I mentioned, we are more than a wrap company. The wrap gets people excited. Even if they're skeptical, right? They're like, what if it does work? I want to see. How many of you were skeptical of the wrap when you first heard about it? Yeah, me too. It's just because you didn't have a brain cell for it yet. It's like telling a cowboy about a car. They're like, so you're saying I can get there in 2 hours instead of 2 days? I do not understand. Is it safe? Does it work? Can you guarantee I'll get there? Like, you know what I mean? We are creating a category, so most people haven't heard of this. It takes 7 to 12 times for them to hear of it, to see the pictures, for it to sink in, to go, okay, now I'm ready, right? So the wrap is exciting, it's sizzle, it separates us, but we've got a whole line of nutraceutical products as well. We've got a few before and after pictures, or before and after testimonials that are going to come up. So, I don't remember everyone who's coming up, but if you're coming up, come on up. Who do we have? Janelle, Kendra, and Toddy. Did I say it right? How do you say it? Okay, I always mess up. Is she not here yet? And Bailey's not here yet. She didn't even know she was doing it. I know. That's why she's not here. But, okay. Ashley? All right, Kendra, you get to go first. So, check out the It Works system, 3.5 months. Okay, so tell us a bit about your story.
Well, when the system, I started taking the products before it became the system. I've always had trouble with my weight loss. I could never lose weight, I could work out, and nothing ever happened. So I decided to start using the products and consistently. Like, I'm horrible, I cannot take pills, maybe antibiotics, it doesn't happen. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to take them consistently, so I set messages up on my phone to go off alerts to take my pills, and I always took it everywhere with me. And I just started taking double greens, double thermofit, double fat fighters, and wrapping once a week is what I would do.
So double meaning, so double greens 2 times a day, or first at one time?
2 times a day.
And then double thermofit, what does that look like?
I took it 2 times a day, so I usually took it in the morning, and then I would take it right after lunch.
1 or 2 pills?
I took 2 in the morning and 2 at night, or afternoon.
And then double fat fighter?
I usually would take it after my lunch, because my lunch usually be the fattest part of my meal. And then I would take it after dinner, because I don't usually have potatoes or something, and that I eat a lot of potatoes, so it helps me with my.
So for those of you that don't know, the greens works to alkalize your body. It helps to balance your body's pH. How many greens lovers do we have? Yeah. So we've got berry greens, we've got orange greens. You take 2 scoops typically, or 4. Really, you can't over greens. And it helps to balance your body's immune system. And when your body is balanced, amazing things happen. My sister is a triathlete and lost 4 pounds in her first month on greens, just because when your body is balanced, it does what it's supposed to do. It has 38 superfoods, and you can take it in water or lemonade, orange juice, doesn't matter. And then the ThermoFit is our weight loss supplement, and that helps to rev up your metabolism. So you burn 15% more calories just by taking it, and it doesn't make you jittery. The main ingredient in ThermoFit is called Capsimax, so it's a red hot pepper blend, and that's one reason why your body revs up. And then the third product she's mentioning is the Fat Fighter. So have you seen the Fat Fighter demo? Yes, I have many distributors because of that cool thing. So the Fat Fighter is a supplement you take with your highest fatty meal, or you can take it with 2. And it binds 1/3 of the carbs, fats, and oils in your food. So it's like it's like the best of both worlds, right? If you have that pizza and it doesn't stick to your thighs. So the Fat Fighter's main ingredient is called neopunia, which is a cactus plant, so which is why it absorbs and then passes through naturally. So people ask often if the Fat Fighter is going to need to bring several pairs of underwear to work. And that is not true. It's white pants approved. It's not going to mess with your colon or bowels or anything like that. You take it, and there you go. Okay, so tell us. So you decided to take these products consistently, which is step one. How many of you wanted to see if it would work, and then you forgot to take it? It doesn't work. You don't take it if you don't do it, right? So you set up reminders so you consistently would be, okay, awesome. So then tell us your story.
So I work out about once or twice a week. I try to. I'm constantly going to a demo assistant. So I have lost 40 pounds.
Wow.
I weighed myself a week ago and I was down 40 pounds. And I've always struggled with my weight. Like I said, when I started the products, I was about 256 pounds. And I'm dropping daily. So I just gotta say, continue to take them and be consistent. And take them places with you. People are gonna be like, well, what are you doing? And then I pop out my result pictures and I get a loyal customer. So, and the best thing is my whole team gets loyal customers off my results. So, it's not fair, but it happens. But I just gotta say, is just continue to be consistent with products. No matter where you're at or if you're stuck, use the products. Take a step back and use the products and remember why you're in this business is to help other people lose the weight or clear their skin. So,
thank you so much. Your best marketing tool, because what happens when someone says, okay, does it really work? You whip out your phone and you're like, check me out. All right, next up, Ashley. All right, Miss Janelle. Yay! All right, so take a look at her transformation, and this is the first time I've seen her in person since the transformation. So I do remember that picture. I am in it. She chopped me off, but. All right, so tell us a little bit about your It Works journey.
I was in a really negative relationship, and my weight was like a security blanket for me. And I removed myself from that relationship and started using between the Fit Pack and the system, before it was a system. When I got home from conference 2015, regularly, I did my first hike up after Valentine's Day 2015 and weighed right around 150 pounds. And May 7th, before I had a tonsillectomy, I weighed 115 pounds.
Woo!
And it really is about using the products consistently. We want results, but life happens and we're like, oh yeah, I forgot to take that. And you're sure not going to get the results that you want if you don't take the products. I used ProFit for like breakfast or lunch. I would blend it with, or shake it in a like blender bottle with orange juice and berry greens and the vanilla ProFit. Totally tastes like an orange Julius. I'm not even kidding. Thermofit twice a day, so 2 pills in the morning, 2 pills in the afternoon. Fat fighter, not regularly because I wasn't eating super fatty or high calorie anyways. Like with our system, how it shows you items to replace in your diet. And it's all about portion control. Eating small things all the time to keep your metabolism up. And I did this all from home. I didn't have a gym membership. Like I just did workouts at home, like 8 minutes a day. Not even every day.
I'm going to get the mail.
Like just do lunges. jogger here like once or twice a week for 3 months and doing minimal at-home workouts, like under 15 minutes. I'm a mom of 2 crazy girls, so I don't have a lot of time to do something about interruptions anyway. But being consistent. Wrapping, like, if I could make my stretch marks a little bit less and feel better about myself, then why not share that with someone else? If you have a product that has changed your life, no matter what it is, from greens on the go, or the energy drink that when I went to conference in 2013, I told Ashley, you really need an energy drink. And go to conference 2015, and that was what was announced, and I was like, Ashley, I told you. But find a product that you are in love with, that has changed your life in some way. If you don't have a product, get one. That's what our auto show is for, is to be a product of the product. And if you don't have your own story yet, use someone else's on your team that you can relate to. And with our like memory jogger and our hundreds list, link a product to those people that you put on that list. Like, oh my gosh, Confianza would be great for my bestie who's stressed to the max all the time. Right? So just find products that can relate to other people and be a product of the product.
Thank you. One last question. How has your before and after picture affected your business?
People don't believe me. Like that it's really me. They're like, that's not you. So my driver's license was still the old Janelle. And they wouldn't sell me wine at Albertsons. And I'm like, I swear, I'm just 4'10", and I've lost 40 pounds, my hair's a different color, and I have eyelashes. I promise. I swear, I really am. But it has greatly impacted my business because it's real. Like, people want real results. You can't make them achieve them, but you can show them how they can get them.
Well, and I think it's also grown your confidence. You know, the more stories you personally have about the products, the more excited you are. And then the more confident you are in your own skin, the more excited you are to go out and get in front of people. So, all right, thank you. Hey, Walsh, come on up. Your picture's next. How many hours did you guys drive this morning? 4. Okay. We'll get you coffee later. All right, so Bailey, you're talking about HSN. Tell us a little bit about your hair, skin, and nail story. No?
Okay, so I've always had fairly long and thick hair. You know, I never really had issues of thinning or anything like that. But it hit a plateau. It always kind of stopped right at this armpit level. And honestly, when I started taking this, it grew like a weed. I noticed the thickness right away, but then it wasn't even just the length or the volume, it was healthier. It was shinier, it felt softer. This is after 5 weeks. I've never had a supplement work this well, this fast, and I think that that's why it's been such a popular product. Like people, you know, it's not just biotin that you get at Walmart. This is like a complex blend that really affects the health, the length, the volume. So it's good for men and women, but I had awesome results.
Yes, thank you. So find a product. Find a product that you love, that you can have your own before and after picture with, and then share that with others. I think one of Bailey's highest loyal customer, orders is from Hair, Skin, and Nails. Why? Because she's excited about it. Because she's got her own picture and she's posting it consistently. But not only do we have life-changing products, but we also have a life-changing business plan. Is anybody interested in learning more about this?
Woo!
I know for me, when we first got started, I didn't know we could be billionaires in a company like this. I didn't know that we would get to the top. I didn't No, that was never a vision of mine. I just wanted to make about $500 a month. I wanted to make about $500 a month, and I thought, if we have a hobby, we might as well make money. So I'm going to work on this, learn this, become a professional, do as much as I can. There's no school for it works except for the team calls and the events and things like that. So that's what I did. I plugged in, and I worked to make about $500 a month so we could pay our car payment. And then the vision just grew from there. So no matter where you are right now, whether you are a guest or a new distributor, decide that you're going to complete these 3 steps and work to do it each and every month. And if you don't quite finish all 3 steps in the first month, then finish it completely and then start over and then finish it completely. So step 1 is to join the party. It is $99 to get started as a distributor with Networks, and that gives you 4 free wraps that you can use or sell. So think about that. Do you know 4 people that would want to try a wrap? Yes. My mom, my aunt, my sister, my cousin, my friends at work, my best friend from college, my best friend from high school, the sorority, the small group I was in, whatever it is. Find 4 people that want to try the wrap, and you can sell it to them for $25, $30 a piece and make your initial investment back immediately. Or, like you heard the girl say today, you can use it yourself and have your own before and after picture, because then you have something that you can show people, like this is what it did for me. You also get 4 mini defining gels, fab wrap, which is what you can use to hold the wrap in place. You get a sampling of marketing materials, and then you have exclusive access to our training and community. You are not going to be left alone. We know that you're in business for yourself, but you are not by yourself. So when you get started as a distributor, you're really walking into a well-oiled machine. Plug into your team calls, plug into your team Facebook page, ask questions, and learn, because all the resources are available for you. Every single month, you want to reactivate your join the party. You can complete step 1 again every month by adding an $80 monthly product auto ship. So $80, 80 BV, and monthly product orders, as the girl said, will help you become a product of the product. And I recommend running that auto ship at the beginning of the month. So you can either get more wraps to sell. If you sell 8 wraps a month, you have a self-running business because you're earning that cash that can pay for your auto ship, and then you're also signing up loyal customers and distributors along the way. Or you can use it on products that you and your family will use. We know that 4 wraps, I'll link it. We know that 4 wraps won't last long. How many of you posted on Facebook when you got started? Yeah, good. We didn't have Facebook when I got started. Didn't even have a smartphone, I had a flip phone. We had MapQuest. We had MapQuest where we had parties. And then you'd get, at the end of it, you'd come to your car and you'd be like, I forgot to MapQuest. We didn't have GPS, all those things. But now we have Facebook, and you can launch your business on Facebook, and you know that you're going to have more than 4 people that want to try the wrap. I had a girl test me on this. She said, I don't know that I believe you. So she posted, hey, I'm thinking about ordering some wraps. Does anybody want some? And she had 13 comments within an hour, and she goes, okay. So we do recommend boosting on top of your distributor kit. There's 2 booster packages that will get you product immediately, so you can start wrapping faster, you can have your parties faster. One is $150, and that's called the Mini Boost, and that comes with 8 wraps, 4 facials, Defining Gel, Fat Fighter, and greens, and then we've got the Big Booster Kit, which is $350, and that comes with 12 more wraps. I believe it's 4 facials, Defining Gel, Fat Fighter, and greens. And that will give you a product immediately that you can use for your parties. All right, step 2 is all about gathering customers. Step 2 is one of the most important parts of the business because it means you've opened your mouth. Did you know that when your mouth is closed, so is your business? So in order to get really started, you have to start talking to people and sharing them what you have. And so step 2 is all about gathering those first 4 customers. And you can do that in several different ways. You can obviously post on Facebook, use social media to your advantage, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, I don't know. You could do it there. So you can post on Facebook, work to gather those 4 customers. The other thing that you can do is start calling your hundreds list. Start with your warm market, your friends, your family, the people that you know, and tell them that you've started a new business and you'd love for them to try a product for 3 months to help give you some good feedback. You know, I like to say, hey Mom, I am so excited about this bonus that I'm working to earn so I can take my family to Disney. Or so I can pay off my car. Tell your friends and family why you got started. And I would love for you to try the facials for 3 months and give me some feedback so I can get some stories from people that I know. You know, you want to really be personal and excited about the product when you start connecting with your warm market. And then the third way that you can gather these 4 customers is by hosting your own personal party. And I do recommend having that party yourself when you get started so you can have a bit more control over the invitations. And you know where the scissors are in your own house, right? So you might be a little nervous and forget things, but when you're at your house, you know where all that stuff is. So invite some people over and get the rack on it. Have them take their before and after picture. The more people you wrap, the more excited you're going to be about the product. So think about who those 4 people might be for you. Who are they going to be? Write them down. And when this happens, you get 4, a couple things happen when you get 4 customers in your first 30 days in business. The first thing is that you get 2 boxes of rack rewards. You see that right up there. Rack reward. Every time you gather 2 customers throughout the course of your business, you get a box of wraps at a discounted price. It includes free shipping. So that keeps your inventory costs down. The second thing that happens when you get 4 customers in your first 30 days is that you get $120 shopping spree. Again, more product in your pocket that you can either use yourself or you can sell. Easy. The third thing that happens when you gather 4 customers in your first 30 days is you unlock our $500 Ruby bonus. Now, if you don't want $500 in your pocket, then I don't know. I don't know who doesn't want $500
Sorry,
in
we
your
can't be
pocket?
friends.
You right now have a $500 Ruby bonus, and the first step of that Ruby bonus is to gather 4 customers in your first 30 days. So step 2 is vitally important. You have to complete this step in order to earn the Ruby bonus. So step 3 is go Ruby. Woohoo! Rubies typically make about $500 a month anyway, depending on the health of their team, and they will earn this now $500 cash bonus when they hit Ruby by the end of June. So you have 2 calendar months to do this. Oh, one last thing about the 4 customers. Corporate gives us 30 days. I think it is pretty darn generous, don't you? I typically try to get new distributors to gather their 4 customers within their first 72 hours. Because you can. You can. You have your website immediately. You can go in and sign up some customers. So start thinking about who you want those people to be. And then once you're in the system as a distributor, start getting on the phone. And then step 3 is to go Ruby. Ruby means that you have 5 total distributors on your team and you're teaching them steps to success as well. So they're working to get their 4 loyal customers. And when you do this, by the end of June, you'll earn that $500 cash bonus. So here are our average annual earnings with It Works. Take a look. I'm going to give you a minute to look. All I know is that in my government position as a clinical psychologist, I never, ever would have had the opportunity to make an income like this. With a master's degree, my starting salary was $34,000. And when I quit 5 years later, I had bumped up to $38,000. Talk about a glass ceiling. So, how many of you are a distributor with It Works and you have not yet promoted? Raise your hand. All right, give them a round.
Woo!
That, to me, this distributor, Scott, is one of my favorite positions. Because you know what? It means you've made a decision. There are 2 D-days in this business, the day you get started and the day you decide to get to work. And sometimes they're not the same day. But when you're a distributor with It Works, it means you've already decided to do something different. You're doing something against the norm so that you can have what normal people don't have. You are saying yes to your family. You're saying yes to your future. You're saying yes to opportunity. You're saying yes to yourself. And for me, I was saying yes to my destiny and yes to my legacy. So distributors, congratulations. How many of you are executives? Woo!
Woo!
Executives typically make about $3,000 extra a year, and most people who get started with It Works are working full-time. They're working full time, or maybe they're stay-at-home moms who didn't have an income previous to this. And so $3,000 extra a year is spending money. That's money that's on top of what you're currently doing. How many of you are Ruby? Typical Rubies make about $5,600 a year. How many of you earned one of the Ruby bonuses over the past few months? Look at that. Take note of them and then go ask them questions later. Yeah, so Ruby is an awesome pin level because typically it makes about $500, and if you're anything like me, when I got started, $500 was a great first goal for me. So Rubies, emeralds. Emeralds typically make about $10,000 extra a year. And for me, my hardest jump was Ruby to Emerald. But once you find a few key people that want to do this business, I know people that go Ruby to Diamond, because your business can change in a weekend once you find those few key people. So if you are a Diamond with It Works, stand on up.
Woohoo! Cassie's first time talking.
Beginning, you're working hard, right? You're doing your thing, you're working hard.
Holy moly.
And you might not see the fruit of your labor immediately. But every time you go up this pin level, you are unlocking a piece of the compensation plan. And when you get to Diamond, you have unlocked the entire compensation plan. And you can see that things start to go crazy. You can see Diamond double to triple, double to present. And all of a sudden, you're doing the same amount of work, and you're getting paid double for it. So, all right. I'd love to hear, what is your name? How long have you been with It Works? And what is one way that It Works has changed your life?
My name is Ashley Spar, and I've been in It Works for 3 years last month. And I think the biggest thing is Monday is my last day at my job. And this is my husband, Jacob Spar, and he went Diamond last month, so...
All right, so tell us your name, where are you from, and what is one way It Works has changed your life?
My name is Matthew. I'm from Post Falls, Idaho. And the way that it's changed my life the best is just that I play college football, and it gives me an opportunity to concentrate on school and football and not have to have a part-time job on the side.
Right on.
I'm Jamie from Spokane, Washington. I started in December 2013, and I went Diamond in April 2014, and I'm a single stay-at-home mama of 2. I'm Carrie, and I'm from Billings, Montana, and I've been with It Works for 6 months, and I went Diamond last month.
Woohoo!
The opportunity to stay home. Actually, me and my husband both got to quit our jobs, and yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm Jessica, and I've been with It Works for almost 2 years. And what it's done for me, I was able to quit my ultrasound job, and I'm able to go back home because I'm from Los Angeles, so I'm able to go back without having to ask for it.
Washington, and I went Diamond Thursday. For 6 months, and one way that it's changed my life, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and it's gotten me out of my mom funk, I like to say. Helps me focus on other things, and have goals again, so that's been super nice. To be able to help out financially and pay off debt. So that's one way it's changed my life.
Woohoo!
I'm from
graduated on Washington, and I've been with It Works since August 2014. And when my husband retired from the Army, I got to quit my job for a bit.
Hi, I'm Kendra. I've been with this business since July 2014, and one way that it's changed my life is that I get to quit my job next month, and I get to be a stay-at-home mom.
I'm Nicole, and I just hit my 1 year. And one thing that I love about this business is I've met some of my closest friends on my team, and I own my time now, so it's awesome.
Pasco, and one way it works is I can stay home with my kids now. Not have to worry about going into work. Thank you. Hi, I'm Laurel. I'm from Hood River, and she's going double diamond today. Hopefully by lunch, that's the goal. I've been in the business for 1 year. March 30th was my 1 year anniversary, and I went diamond in February, and I was able to put 5% down on my house. I'm Renee from Slate. I'm from Missoula, Montana. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 kids that I homeschool. I definitely didn't have time to do this business at all. I just finished up my 8th month in this business, and I went diamond after conference this year when I got home. And I think the biggest way this business has impacted my life is just in the people that I've been able to meet, and just to be able to help my team and see my team achieve their goals. That's really what my whole business is wrapped up in right now, is helping my team promote and helping them be able to be stay-at-home moms that they want to be. Hi, I'm Katie McKellar. I'm from Marysville, Washington. I went diamond last month and got the emerald and double diamond bonus. I now make more with this than I do in my corporate American job. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom this summer.
My name's Cassandra from Seattle, Washington.
Woo!
Close to Yakima. Nobody knows where that is. Traveling. I love to travel now, and this business has totally helped me do that and take my family to 6 on vacations.
Woo!
This is 13 months now, and something that has been pretty life-changing is just the people that I've met in this journey. On this journey, that has been absolutely life-changing. Just new friends, best friends, people that have changed my life. Thank you.
I'm Myers, and I've been with for about 9 months now, and I promoted in February after conference and also earned emerald and diamond bonuses. And it's just, this whole experience has been completely life-changing. For me, it wasn't about staying home with my kids, because I was also home with my kids, homeschooled. I had a pretty good life. For me, it's just been more about my self-confidence and my self-esteem, and there's just been so much crazy stuff happen in my life since I've joined, and having this has really given me a sense of purpose, and it's really helped me prove to myself that anything is possible as long as I'm willing to put the work in and keep my mind and my thoughts where it needs to be.
I'm Bridget Dunley. I'm from Fort Madison, Iowa. Kind of crazy.
Drive or fly?
I drove actually from Seattle. I'm a travel nurse, so on contract in Seattle right now. But that's one thing about this business is I can work it from anywhere. I've never met anyone in this room personally, and I walked in and I've noticed so many people that I know from Facebook, and so that's one of the biggest things about this business is the teamwork, and we are one team, one mission. You can work this from anywhere, and just to be around like-minded, positive people who inspire you instead of bringing you down. So, thanks for
I'm from
I can dream. Never been a dreamer. Always put people before me. And now it's about me, and it's about me changing other people's lives. I can dream myself and show other people how to dream. Thank you.
I'm Brianna Stoll. I joined January 23rd, and I was diamond last month.
Woo!
I've been in Seattle for 5.5 years, and last month I was able to pay all the bills all by myself, but I took a little bit of burden off my husband.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm Cassandra Badeau. I've been with It Works since January 2015. I hit Diamond. It was just over like a year and 3 months, and my husband was going back to school, and so I used to be a stay-at-home mom, and that was I'm try not to cry. So I went back to work to help support our family. And oh gosh, maybe that's I'm not even a crier. But anyways, when I was able to quit my job when I hit Diamond, and so it's just been huge. This company, I didn't even believe like anything in this business at all. My friend dragged me in, and I was like, I'll be our customer, whatever. I'll try the greens, and fell in love with them. They helped me to work nights and still function with 3 kids in the morning, volunteer and stuff. And so, anyways, just find your product, just like you were saying. And the products work; they're amazing. The company and the support that we have for each other, you're not gonna find anywhere else. So, anyways, yeah.
I'm Shane from the Dirty Herm, Hermiston, Oregon. One thing I will say about the business changing my life is my reliance on Jesus. I mean, I want things right now. I'm a red personality, and it's not my patience, and I get to work with my wife. So that's the game changer.
I'm Billy Lair from Newburgh, Oregon, and I have been in business for 11 months, and I'm a diamond and earned our bonus. So I would have to say what it's done for me is the Ruby bonus that I earned in my second month got my husband support because I was from a different company that spent a lot of time, inventory, and just really almost wrecked our marriage. So going diamond has gotten my family, my kids, my husband, and we're this close from bringing me home from my 20-year corporate 60-hour-a-week job. So, right?
Woohoo!
Hi, I'm Brenda Storer. I'm from the Tri-Cities. I owned many salons. Here, I had a salon here in the Tri-Cities, but I worked for 30 years, pretty much doing hair, standing behind the chair, and basically always giving my clients my personal time. Holidays, funerals, weddings. I've missed family events for my clients, and so I was working pretty much 3 different salons trying to make one salon work. I chose Carrie. She came with me with the It Works, and I decided that I would take that on too, and I would do 4 things because I was a mouse running in circles trying to figure out what I was going to do. And so then I basically, I hit Ruby and Emerald and then, of course, Diamond, but I basically closed down one salon at a time. Basically, giving it to God and figuring out what I was going to do. If you've ever done hair or anything like that, you know that it's kind of like, that's your job. It's hard to give it up. And even though I didn't really want to, I knew that my life was changing, and one salon at a time I basically got rid of and basically just said, okay, this is it. Which one do you want me to do? And this is where it stood. So that's my story.
And there's no retirement plan necessarily. And then you think about a job like a hairstylist or a personal trainer. The only way to make more money is to raise your rates or see more people. And there's only so many hours in the day, right? So those are great people to connect with because they've got people in front of them all the time, but yet they have their own lives feeling. So, all right.
Hi, my name is Tina. I'm
Woo!
from Washington. I've been in for 15 months. I hit diamond. I don't know if that's the word. It has changed so much. I'm a single mom, and I'm able to work part-time, pick up my kids from school every single day, take them to school every single day. And the friendships that I make, there's no words to describe at all. And I don't think that you realize how much this company will change your life completely. So it's been amazing.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Oh, Tina!
Freedom for a lot of different reasons. All right, double diamonds typically make
Go, Jana!
Means that you have a diamond on your team. So what I love about our comp plan, and we're going to go back into this later this afternoon, is that not only are you experiencing success, but you experience success when your team experiences success. So, all right. So Kylie, tell us a little bit about
Wow.
what did you do
A lot of
previous
leaders
to
in
it
this
works,
room.
what is one way that it works has changed your life. You have to be ambassador to hold the microphone.
Wow. So the way it works, I had a child, and before I started, and I was working 2 jobs, and life was hard, but then I joined, and my life changed in so many ways. I went diamond 6 months in the business. I quit my job, and actually my boss is in the room. My previous boss, she's a distributor, and she also quit. So that was awesome. So I quit my job, and I earned the diamond $10,000 bonus. And me and my daughter and my boyfriend who's here, we are living financially free. And the biggest thing is just owning our time and getting to, like the last diamond just said, getting to take her to school, pick her up, and experience life with her. So.
Connie went double diamond yesterday. I mean, has anybody promoted in here? When you do, you will know it's promotion time. And at the end of the month, you should have seen them. We were at a diamond and above party last night, and I don't think anyone talked. They were all like on their phones charting and adding up numbers and figuring it out, and you did it! You did it! All right. And so not only did you promote to double diamond and unlock that piece of the compensation plan, but you also earned a $15,000 diamond or double diamond good bonus. So, okay.
Wow.
So tell us what you did previous to it works and what is one way it works has already changed your life.
Really try not to cry, so bear with me. No, it's not gonna work. So I've been a part of the business for almost 3 years now. I was a stay-at-home mom before. Love you, Polly. Oh, perfect. Got it. It's changed everything for me. We had a lot of negative stuff happening in my life when I joined, and this is. It's giving me again, and it's giving me something that is positive and I get excited about and makes me happy.
I'm Samantha Lickfold. Before it works, I was picking up side jobs. We have a 2-year-old. My husband is a diamond. We were living off student loans, which is horrible, because he plays football and goes to school and got a scholarship. So we used those student loans so I could be home with our daughter. It Works has given us the opportunity to stop taking out student loans and start paying them back. And we now have $2,000 in bonuses alone, so that's helped us a lot. And now we can afford to have more babies. Say that student loans were the best debt to have, right? Well, now you can
4 or 6 years of school, be buried in student loans, and not even find a good job to replace it. So, this is a way better business plan. All right, tell us your name, where you're from, what did you do previous to at work?
My name's Alexis. I'm from Tri-Cities. I've been in business for 2 years in May, and before it works, we were trying to figure out how to live off of unemployment. My husband was unemployed for a long amount of time. We had a baby in the NICU. It was I was forced to be a stay-at-home mom because of a tragedy in our family earlier than planned. So we had a lot of unexpected debt that we were trying to pay off. So It Works we are now debt-free. We earn $70,000 in bonuses.
Wow.
My goal from the very beginning has always been to make more money than my husband. And I'm 7 distributors away from doing that. So.
What is your name, where are you from, and what did you do previous to work?
Okay, so my name is Sierra Durbin from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Spokane area. Before It Works, I worked in Kansas. I was a Hooters girl. I joined May 18th, 2014, so coming up on my 2-year mark. Went diamond last March after they announced double goods at the previous conference. Got the $20,000 bonus March 31st, and then went double last September. And due in 4 weeks. Pretty exciting. Don't have to go back to work, worry about income. Husband just graduated his master's degree, same field as you. Is a distributor, so we're going to talk. And we're 7 distributors away from triple, so we're excited.
Alright, tell us your name, where are you from, and what did you do previous to work?
My name is Alice Shaw from Kenneth, Washington. I have a master's degree in counseling and education. I did hospice social work. And actually, I'm still employed there because my heart is there. I haven't worked there since July, but I still love it and want to be a part of it. I do care.
It's the best kind of job to have. One you don't have to show up for.
There you go. You don't have to work there. Maybe that's what I need to do. And then
what is one way It Works has changed your life?
Well, it's definitely allowed us to travel a lot more, which has been amazing. We've got to meet so many new people. The friendships you make here, and the freedom, like friendship, freedom, fun. I mean, I could talk to you days about that. It's a wonderful experience, and until you get going in it, you're not going to know how this story is going to unfold for you. So just get to work and have fun, and it's a wild ride.
Thank you.
I'm Marianne Honeyman. I'm in Oregon, and I just gave my notice to close my daycare, so I'm going to get to retire in a few weeks, and I'm super excited about that. My passion has been for over 20 years to take care of other people's kiddos while they're at work, and my passion has changed. I'm now helping moms stay home with their babies coming out of 13. I was just able to make enough money to do that, and it's just so exciting to me. I've just got to keep letting the tears roll, but this promotion last month, my husband promoted to diamond, and we went double diamond, so we earned over $50,000 in double good bonuses in March. And it has been so life-changing, and that means that so many people on our team have to promote, like Denise was saying, and that's the most exciting thing, is to see all of these lives change. And the products are amazing, you guys. I just turned 50, and I feel better than I did in my 20s. So.
Woo! And I'm from Houston and Pasco. And I joined It Works in October 2013. I thought I was doing my sister-in-law Michelle a favor by being on her team, but I didn't work until like 6 months in, when she became a double diamond, and I went, oh, she's making more money than me, and I'm working 2 jobs. So I decided to do what she was doing. So I went to work in April of 2014, and in March of 2015, I hit diamond, and then double diamond 15 minutes later, and earned 2 double good bonuses. So I earned $50,000, and I went, whoa.
Can you do me a favor and grab my purse?
And I'm trying to.
My battery is dying.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I joined in November of 2013, and I went double diamond April of last year, actually. And I was stay-at-home mom before. I didn't quit a job or anything, I was stay-at-home mom. But what it has allowed for us is that my husband was a policeman for 20 years, and but it was slowly killing him. The health, his health was deteriorating from it, and everything. So it allowed him to change careers and take a huge pay cut. Because with it works, we were able to make up that difference. And then I still got to be a stay-at-home mom. I didn't have to go back to work full time. I didn't have to find a daycare for my kids. I still got to be the mom in the classroom. I still got to be the mom on the field trip. Going on the field trip Friday. And so that has been life-changing for us. And he's been healthier. He has a normal schedule. We get to go places as a family now. And we're working on triple, and want to bring him home in the next 2 or 3 years. Having choices. And I think sometimes
she's super nervous. Jana's only done this once before.
What is one way? Know where to blitz. Who I just witnessed? The confidence that I have gained from going out and blitzing and in shows that I never like up here I am shaking. But I'm doing it. I couldn't 5 years ago. You're a different person. Congratulations.
Board from here, actually. I started May 25th, 2012. Rapturage, 25 days to 25. Prior to works, I had just had a baby a month before that.
Well, and one of the parts of Janelle's story, I'll tell your story. She someone did a party that's not even in the business anymore. I think she was a distributor for like a week, did a party and tagged some of Janelle's friends. So the people at the party, she said, hey, she tagged all the people at the party. Well, Janelle saw that in a different state. So Janelle and Ashley didn't know each other, but she saw that this girl was doing a party and it randomly tagged this person. It showed up on her newsfeed and she said, ooh, what is this? So the power of networking, the power of tagging and getting in your friends lists, right? Because that is how Janelle started.
This is one way that my life has changed. Denise gave us these books to write their story. And your story is really never going to end. Like, you have 365 pages every year to write your story. And when I started, my story is way different than it is right now. But I know now that I am worthy of success, and that I am a leader, and that I inspire people, and that I change people's lives. And that you don't have to listen to people who put you down, because you are good enough.
Sentences or words that changed my business was I can, I will, and I am. I can, I will, and I am. And when you put those words in your vocabulary, your life will start to change. Okay.
Hi, I'm Bailey Walsh. I've been in the business for 2 years, just just a little over 2 years. I'm originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan, but recently moved to Southern California because why not, right? I can take this business with me anywhere. And I would say the biggest way that this has changed my life is I'm 25 years old and I'm my own boss. You know, I own my time and I have that freedom, so that's a game changer.
May or may not be able to quit her job because she works for us. She's been our assistant since she graduated college, and she was a distributor before and quit. Like, she was one of the girls I'd call and she didn't call me back. Dude, I know where you live. But she became our assistant after she graduated school, and she knew the ins and outs of this business. And one time, she was following up with some people for me on my account, and someone signed up. And she went, I can do this. And I think it was like that, like, wait, why am I doing it for her? I can do it. I can do it. And once you have that flip of the switch, like, I can do this, game over. She signed up as a distributor and has been slowly weaning her way out of our lives since. But good to see you. I haven't seen her since she's moved. Woo, homework. Okay, go ahead.
I'm Michelle Husenbarg. I've been with It Works since 2013. So, basically, I'm kind of a little different. I signed up just to have the tax write-offs. I wanted the income business, and I understood how much money I could save, and I was going for Ruby, and I'd get a diamond in less than 3 weeks.
Whoa!
I was a skeptic, and when I first tried the wrap on me, I didn't even know I was getting a wrap, by the way. I bought the wraps in my gift. That's how I didn't care. It's like, I didn't care.
All right, so some people need to leave with a tax write-off. Who wants a tax write-off?
Hello.
So when I tried the wrap, it made me nervous because it worked so well. My first time, I called a really good friend of mine who's a nutritionist and did like that understands natural. And once I realized what we had in the wrap and everything else, I knew I could share this with free for the rest of my life. So I help people and I watch people change their life.
I'll go down in 3 weeks. So is this word market? Was it Facebook? Tell me.
I did hair and nails for 25 years. And so I went out and I talked to everyone that I knew. And then I actually had a gal that was my mentor at the time. I don't really have much to get through anymore, but she kind of got me started a little bit. So I thank her because it's a blessing that I have it in my life. But I will tell you, the worst part is I did actually use the nails when she was a little girl.
Oh! And actually, I'm on another team.
Why did you not call me? Like before. So call your friends and family because
she didn't know her team until she was little. Oh dear, that's so funny. I know. I've got some stories like that too. Good job, good job. So here it is. We all know people. We all know more people than we think, but we just gotta write it down and get on the phone. So triples. All right, triples typically make about $104,000 a year. And I can tell you, no matter how many 3% raises you may get at your current job, often this is not a reality for most careers unless you want to be like the vice president or I don't know. All right, Ms. Taylor, tell us what you did previously at work.
So I was a CNA. I worked in an office job. I had my daughter in February, and then I started this in April 2014. And when I had her, I was like, I don't want to go back to work. That was not in my future. I did not want to do that. And so my upline, she gave me a wrap, and I thought it was stupid. I was that person that bashed it, and then I tried it, still thought it was stupid because I didn't see any results. And then I, 2 weeks later, signed up as a distributor. So it was a little weird, but I saw the success stories, and that's what made me sign up. So yeah, I was just a CNA person. I wanted to help people, and then when I found out I was pregnant, I decided to put that on hold and I did something different. And still did not want to do that. So I was really happy when I started this and started seeing success. Thank you. Congratulations.
So before It Works, I worked a very stressful job, and emails were linked to my phone, so I really worked 24/7. And I remember my boss asking me, "Are you going to want to come back after you have your son?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, absolutely. I can never be a stay-at-home mom." And then I had my son, and I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, so this came about, and I jumped on it. I plugged into Denise. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for Denise. And I think the biggest thing that It Works has done for us is I was able to be a stay-at-home mom. So when I got a phone call from DSHS saying they have a newborn baby girl at the hospital, they don't have a home for her, will you take her? I said yes, and on April 5th, she became a Hager.
She was a blessing that was dropped into our team. She signed up again. She signed up under somebody who was a distributor for a week and posted on Facebook one time. And they went to a wedding together years before. They weren't even really close friends, but that girl posted on Facebook. Ashley saw it, was interested, and then the shy cowgirl signed up without knowing anything about it. And all we saw were booster kits being ordered. Like, ooh, $40 order. Oh my gosh, who is this girl? Like, we need to be her best friend. And so she did. She rose up. The cream rises to the top. And we adopted her immediately and haven't looked back since. But I remember her quitting her job. I remember her, even throughout the success, being like, oh my gosh, should I do it? Maybe I should do part-time. And finally, when you let go and you just say, this is where I'm supposed to be, it was crazy. So thank you.
We're Adam and Ashley. We're kind of the same person. I was a DJ and I was retail manager. She was a nail tech. We signed up in May of 2013. Hit diamond in September, double in October, no, double in March, triple in April, and then triple again in May. The roll triple. And that was pretty much our story. She's going to tell the rest of it.
Awesome. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, so we earned $100,000 in good bonuses in less than a year, and on top of the triple income, and it's been crazy because we went from being on welfare and food stamps and kids in daycare and all of that to being a full-time family. So it's just awesome because we just get to own our own time essentially. So congratulations, you guys. All right, tell us your name, where are you from?
I'm Carrie Schneerlich, around here in So I have a bachelor's degree in marketing communications, and I spent 5 years in the corporate field working as a specialist, and got pregnant, had my son, came back from maternity leave, and they told me, well, you can either work full-time, take a layoff, or go hourly. And so I said, well, I guess I'm going hourly. So I went hourly, and I ended up having the time to spend with my son, but then the bills were adding up, and my husband needed me to work a little bit more, and so I started my own photography business. And so I quit my corporate job, and then I went into opening my own business. And little did I know, I thought that was going to allow me that freedom of time and that spending so much time with my son. And little did I know how much owning a small business would take a toll on you, on yourself, and on your family. I was working 50, 60 hours. So anyway, It Works came into my life, and so 15 months, I'm triple diamond, earned $85,000 in bonuses, worked my photography business, and I haven't looked back since. So this is where I'm supposed to be. I love changing lives. I have the most amazing team ever, and I'm so excited about this.
I am Charity Holden. Washington.
anniversary. So today was the decision day. We got started. I was a hard no for. Actually, I was mean. I was mean no. I was a hairdresser with my scissors. Did that for 15 years. And managed to just destroy my body. And it's actually National Hairdressers Day, by the way. So hairdressers. And I was just broken. My body was broken. I had just come off of an injury. I had a bone in my neck turned sideways and missed like 8 weeks of work. And we were at one point $786,000 in debt. So that's fun. We are no longer in debt. I was afraid when we first got started. I'd never done anything like this before. I was horrible at selling shampoo out of my salon. My accountant used to make fun of me and be like, do you ever sell it or do you just give it away? You know, we were nervous. We were unsure. My enroller kind of said, like, you got this, girl. That was my training. So all I knew is I had to build these ruby things. So we just kept building rubies off our top line. And eventually, our presidential called me one day and said, hi, sweetie, I'm your presidential and you don't know what you're doing. And I said, no, please help me. So I quickly went diamond because of that, because I already had so much structure, and then double, and then tripled. And then we complicated it a lot. Because growing up like a welfare girl on like, you know, those cans of cabinet food and green beans, like blankets in the doors, like I couldn't digest that much money, and so I tried to make this business really, really hard, and it's really, really not. So back to basics, we went triple, went way back down, and then completely rebuilt to triple, and we are actually so close to presidential. I was hoping to be up here, but we're so close, and more importantly, same thing as everybody said, like our team's killing it. Like, they're big. That one right there. That's Ambassador Diamond Brianna Barnes, by the way. Yeah, she doesn't have the title yet, but that's just what we call her. Our team is just on fire, and it's really because we are just really keeping it crazy, crazy.
This business can change everything for you. When I got out of high school, I had debilitating anxiety. And I was the kind of guy who, many of you see me now, that's who I was. And that all stopped in one day. And I couldn't drive, I couldn't talk to people, I couldn't do anything. When I got into this business, that changed. And it's one of the most eye-opening things because it wasn't just that. Now I see opportunity, I see people, I can see life in things. And you can have that too. You just gotta open up your minds to it because everybody can do this. Everyone can be standing up here where we are. Everyone can get where you are. I can't wait to get where you are. But you just gotta believe in yourself. You gotta put one foot in front of the other, and you just gotta do it one thing at a time. Don't compare yourself to everyone else. Just believe in yourself and get up there.
All right, presidential. So not only did she hit presidential last night and unlock that portion of the compensation plan, but she also earned a $50,000 bonus. Yeah, and this is real money in your pocket. This is not Monopoly money. This is not pretend. Like when you see it in your bank account, you can do whatever you want with it. Okay, so Allie, tell us a little bit. How long have you been in, and what did you do previous to it work?
Okay, so I've been in for 3 years, and previous to it works, I was a general manager at Bob's. Most of you guys know. And then I was sales manager at the convention center. And for me, like, I've always loved to work, and I've always loved to work hard. So I would work 7 days a week, or 6 days a week, and I love to work. So then I ended up leaving Bob's and ran into my friend Callie, and she said, you should try this wrap, or you should do a wrap race. And I was like, I don't think so. And she said, you should just come, there's going to be wine there. I'm like, okay, I'll come. I'll never forget it. It was a Thursday night, and I went that night, and then I think I tried it, I'm like, oh, I guess this thing does work. And then Friday I went back to work, and I said, okay, I'll just become a little customer and help you out. Well,
we were joining, and then my enroller at the time, she said, we can join for $40 more and become a distributor. And Denise knows that I'm very, very big bet. Very, very big. So I'm like, well, I can make some money and use these products, I might as well. So I got started, but my story really didn't start until about a year into the business, because the first year that I was in, I didn't really do anything. I sat at Ruby for 14 months, and I got pregnant with our son in May of 2014, and then I went to Seattle Boot Camp. I was scared out of my mind. I think I meet you for the first time then. I think Seattle Boot Camp, actually. And then I actually met Denise, too, at Seattle Boot Camp, and she came up to me. I was shaking. We were both pregnant, and she goes, you're going to go Diamond in November. And I was like, I don't even really know what that is. I'm like, okay, whatever. I just sat there and went, okay. So November came around, and I always didn't hit Diamond. So January came around of 2014. We had our son, and at the time, I had 1 week off from work. And so I took a week off, and then I literally, as soon as I saw his face, I was like, I think I'm made for something more. I need to quit working my life away and start enjoying my life. And so we had our son, and then I went back to work, and I actually brought my son to work, and he sat under my desk at work. And so he was a little Parsi, and then we ended up fighting something like 3 weeks later, and so they ended up taking him, and then it was babysitting, kind of responsibility to come to our home, and then I told my husband, like, I'm going to quit my job, and he thought I was crazy, my family thought I was crazy, everyone thought I was like, okay, whatever. So we went Emerald in May of 2014, we went Diamond, Emerald in April 2014, then we went Diamond in May of 2014, I quit my job in June 1st of 2014. And then we went double that same year in November, and then this thing called your mindset happened. And I just had that 1% for, again, 14 months, you guys, that it was like, okay, I'm going to go triple. And no, I'm not. I'm going to go triple. No, I'm not.
If you go to that page, you should
the cruise happened in December of 2015. And I've been boxed in for triple for so long. And my team knows, like, we're going to go this month. I'm like, yep, it's happening.
Yeah,
and
I think so.
it was. I'm like, okay, next one. Okay, next
Go to that page.
and she told me her Black Diamond story, and I said, okay, that's me. I'm like, that 1% is missing, and I need to fill that void and figure out what that is, because I knew I could do this. My team is outstanding, and I said, what am I missing? And it was me. That I had to get out, I had to get over myself, I had to get out of my own way, and put my head down and get to work. And so I was working, I was filling out a sense of success, but I needed to do more. I needed to step up to the plate and do more. And so the cruise, I told her, and I told Tava when I was there, I was like, okay, enough is enough, I'm going triple. And so we went to conference, and that was the most life-changing thing for me. So conference happened, we came home, and then we went triple in February and earned $50,000.
In case this cuts out, Jana has it on hers in a new newsfeed.
A dreamer. I've always been like, okay, we should go do this, and we should go do that, and my husband knows, like, I throw out things all the time. Like, I'm like, we should go do this, and I want to go here, I want to buy this, I want to go there, and I think it's for me, it's our dream board last year, you guys. I pulled it up in my office the other night, and we checked off every single thing on our dream board last year. And so, this year we're already crossing. So, it's changed my life, not only financial, but the friendships we made in this business are lifelong friends, and the support you gain in this business, and I finally found me again. Too. So something I love, I'm living my passion, I'm not working for somebody else and just, working the day away, I'm actually living through the day. So, thank you. Thank you.
It's that decision, the decision to actually go make it happen. Nobody cares more about your promotion than you do. Nobody cares more about your family debt than you do. So when you take that ownership and you go make a change and do something different.
Are you on the Skinny Wrap page?
So, all right.
Jana?
Hi. Oh, Deanna Scalp.
Woo!
Washington. I've been with It Works for about 4.5 years. And before this, I did a lot of things, but the main thing I did a few years before I started was I had an eBay store. I was the biggest seller of Victoria's Secret on eBay. And it was awesome because I got to work from home. I had a house filled with bras and lingerie, and I got to cherry pick all the good stuff that I wanted. But that business kept me trapped at home. And we loved to vacation, but if I went on vacation, I had to stop all those listings or hire somebody to come and ship stuff for me. It was just easier to put it on hold, and when those auctions are on hold, you don't make any money. And I was closing like 100 auctions a day, so this was a huge job. And Victoria's Secret didn't really appreciate the competition, and so they sent a cease and desist to eBay, and eBay shut me down. And so I went from making about 10 grand a month to making 0 overnight. And I was stuck with a 700 square foot room full of inventory that I no longer could sell on eBay because they wouldn't let me sell. So I still have a lot of bras, by the way. So I didn't really need work. My husband had a really good job, so I wasn't really looking. But when Rhonda Hartman posted, I tried that crazy wrap thing, and this is what happened. I was very intrigued by the reaction that it got. It was seriously like a feeding frenzy. And I knew this was network marketing, and I'd sworn off that. I'd done lots in the past. Didn't want to do this again, but because of the reaction that she got, I thought maybe she's actually onto something. This is something a little bit different. We've never seen this thing before. So jumped in without even trying it. Had no clue what we were doing, but I put that wrap on, and in 45 minutes I saw crazy results, and I thought, holy crap, this thing actually does work, and I know a whole lot of chicks that are gonna want this. So all those friends who just brought bras. That's right. So this was pre-systems go through websites ago, and who's been around that long to remember? Yeah, it was pretty scary. We needed a lot of confianza. So we didn't really have any training because we could never get our training videos to load. So all I knew was this thing worked, and I shared with everybody that I knew. And I went and found more friends, and I used social media, and ignorance on fire. Like, we had no idea what we were doing, but we were sharing. And promoted to triple diamond in 6.5 months. And we had a vacation plan before I started with It Works. So we were actually in Cancun 3 years ago today. And, no, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I don't know.
4.
I really lost track of time. Yeah, it was 2012. 4
Yep.
years ago today. I get up here and it's like your brain kind of rolls out your ear. My husband had been saying before that we need to find a business that we can take with us anywhere. And I realized 4 years ago today that we had found it because I was laying by a pool in Cancun. I had Wi-Fi. It was limited, but I had Wi-Fi. I didn't have confianza. I had tequila, though. And I was able to promote, certainly not by myself, with the help of a rock star team, Jana McCarthy being the main one at that point, and still. So we had found it. Now I don't have inventory. My inventory fits in my purse that I carry with me. I don't have, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars trapped, and nobody can stop me. Nobody can shut me down overnight. So, presidential the following year, and God willing, ambassador this year.
So tell us a bit about your story and how it works has changed your life.
So I'm Michelle Rankin from here in
Made
Tri
it
City.
just like 30 seconds left.
But I'm really patient. So I was starting to see this on Facebook only through the gal that enrolled me, and I was just about to block her because I was very behind network marketing. I'd done that. I got in debt over that. My marriage was struggling because of that. And she started to message me about bringing the wrap into my massage practice. And I ignored her, and I ignored her, and I ignored her some more. So finally she messaged me, and she said, have you just looked at the wrap? I
was like, I don't know what you're saying. She's like, you haven't looked at anything? No. So she picked up the phone. So key number one is we forget that our phone calls people too.
It caught you with just enough time, so Jana was recording just in case that one stopped.